Good morning, students. So yesterday we discussed about NetStat algorithm. So just see these points again once again. So just see this algorithm once again. I'm taking example. Yesterday some confusion is there. So today we do in better way. So just see the conditions. Once again, I am explaining this. Once again, I am repeating this algorithm once again. Just first you choose the pivot value. Okay, I'm repeating. Quick set once again. Any doubts? Please write a message. Anyone gives reply. So the same example already. Then just first you choose that. Choose the pivot element. The pivot element may be middle element or last element or first element or any element of the given array. Then you have to choose the I and j values. I is the low value and j is the high value in the index. The a of 0 is I and the a of max value is j. So you can choose the last element as the j value and the I element as first element as the I value. Then increment it if the AFI less than pivot, then increment until it get false. So this is the condition AFI less than pivot. You can increment I by 1 until it this condition false condition. Okay, and decrement j until it gets false. If a of j greater than pivot, decrement j by 1. Otherwise a of j less than pivot, then stop. Then you have to check the indexes of two vertices. Okay, so if the A of j greater than pivot, then if greater than pivot, just decrement j by 1. Then after these two conditions false, these first two cases are false, then only you move to the third condition. That is check the indexes of I and j. If the I value is less than j, okay, if the I value is less than j, just swap a of I and a of j values. If the I greater than or equal to j, then swap pivot and I greater than or equal to j, then swap pivot and a of j value. Okay, so just see the above example once again. So these steps are okay, but when the increment stop, this when the condition falls only, then stop. That is a of a greater than pivot. When this condition occurs, you can stop. This condition occurs, you can stop. Okay, see here in this example. Okay. See here, in this example, I am taking 65 is my pivot value, I value is j. Just check the condition. A of I less than pivot or A of pivot. So what is the 70 value? 70 is greater than the pivot. The condition here false. Stay put I here only. Stop I here. Then check j value. A of j greater than pivot. You can decrement j by 1. Otherwise, you can stop. A of j value is 45. Pivot is so condition false. You can put j here only. Then check the indexes of I and j. Here I index is 2. 2 is less than 9. So condition true. Then swap a of I and a of j. Just you swap these two elements. Okay, so I swapped here these two elements. Then okay, after swapping, the I value is here only. The j value is also here only. J is here, I in here, but the elements in the data is only changed. The data is only changed, but the elements, the index stay there only. Okay, just remember that point. Okay. Now I value is 45. I value is 45. Index is 2, and j value is 70. Now first check the I greater than I less than pivot. So 45 is less than pivot, to increment I by 1. So I come here. So here I value is 75. Greater than pivot. So condition false. I stay here only. Then check the j value. After false only, move to the next condition. Next step. So here false. I value is 75. Next check j is greater than pivot. Now j is 70. 70 is greater than pivot. So j comes here. So j value is 50. Condition false. J less than the pivot. Condition false. J stay here. Now check the indexes of I and j. So here indexes are just right here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. He taken as 1. I am taking here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Now the index is 7. 2 less than 7, condition true. Just swap these two elements. So elements after swapping, I value is here only. J value is also here only. But the content will be changed. The i's and j stay here only. So now the I and j stay here. Now check the condition. I value less than pivot, increment I. Now I moves here. Then this is greater than pivot, stop, increment I. Then j is greater than pivot, increment j. Now j less than pivot, condition j is not greater than pivot, condition false, stop here. Then check the values of I and j. So here index is 3, here index is 6, condition 2, 3 less than 6, condition true. Then swap these two values. The high stay here only. So now after swapping, okay, 45, 50, 80. Okay, sorry. Here 50, 50 is less than 80. Okay. Then here 75 is less than 55, 55 less than pivot. Next 80 and 55 will swap. So 80, 55 swaps here. 80 and 55 swap here. Now I value is here only. J value is here only. Okay. Now move again, check. I less than pivot, increment I. So I increment I here only. Then it will stop. J greater than pivot, J stops here. Then check the condition. So then check the condition, that is that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 5. So 4 less than 5, condition true. Then swap these two values. So 60 here, 85 here. Now I value is here only, j value is also here only. After swapping, ij value stay here only. Now check the condition. So I is less than pivot, then I increment by 1, so I come here, then I stop here. J is 60, so j 85 greater than pivot, so decrement j by 1, j comes here. Okay, now the condition stop because 65 is less than, so here j here, I here. Now check the condition, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So here I value is 5, j value is 4, condition false. Now when the condition is false, just swap the j and pivot. So j value is 60 and pivot value is 65. Replace 60 with 65 and 60 with 65 with 60. So see here 60 is here, 65. So the once the pivot element is changed, once the pivot element is changed, the elements in the left is lesser than the pivot element and the right side is greater than the pivot element. Or is it clear? Any doubt? Write a message. Clear? Next, see here. So we by using the pivot number, we separate by using pivot. We can divide the array into two subparts, left part and right part. In this way, we divide the array by using quicksort. In this manner, we divide the quicksort element by using pivot. So after that, we divide the element into subparts, or 65 remains as it is. Just leave it as it is. Then you can perform the sorting process separately in left part and right part separately. So here also you have to take one pivot element. Then next one is I. Last element is j. Okay, see here, I value is less than j, increment I by 1, so I comes here. I is also less than j, I comes here, and I is also I less than pivot. Okay, 50, I comes here, I less than pivot, I comes here. So there are no elements, so I stay here only. Then decrement j, so j value is here 55, 55 is less than 65, decrement j, j comes here. Then 50 is less than, sorry, j stay here only. Okay, j is less than pivot, decrement j by 1. So this is j. J less than means j is greater than pivot. So j stay here, I also stay here. Then check the condition, that is I is greater than j. I is greater than or equal to j. So see here, I value is 0, 1, 2, 3. I is 3 value, j is also 3. I is greater than or equal to 3. Then in this condition, we have to swap the I and j value. So, j and pivot value, pivot is 60, j is 55. Just swap. This is the pivot value. Okay. And this is the pivot value. After this is the pivot value. So once pivot is changed, we have to split the array into two supports. So right array, there is no elements to be sort. Just we have to take this as the another array. Now we take again pivot ij. In the same way, you have to continue the process until all the elements are sorted, left part and right part. Okay, clear? Any doubt? Okay, someone write a message here. Okay, just now we analyze the algorithm. Just you concentrate on these steps and increment I until it gets false. Means I less than pivot, you just increment. When is I greater than pivot, stop. Decrement j greater than pivot, decrement j by 1. If get false, stop. Then check the indexes of I and j. If I less than j, swap a and a of j. Condition false, swap pivot and a of j. See the analysis, time complexity of time complexity quicksort with this is the best case. So what is the best case of the quicksort? So this example is for the best case. So what is the best case means? So best case time analysis of quicksort, it occurs when a list is divided into two parts after the placement of pivot and its proper location. Okay, so only the pivot divide the array into two subparts, then only the best case will occur. Okay, so for example, I am this is my time complexity for the best case of the quicksort. So how I calculate means here T of n equal to a. Okay, so a is the means here T of n equal to a means we have only one element. So here n equal to 1, you need not to perform any directive, put the element in order. Okay, if the n is greater than 1, okay, if the n is greater than 1, so 2t of n by 2 plus n. So why we are given 2t of n by 2 means so after pivoting after pivot we divide the array into two sub array, that is one part is n by 2 in the left part and another one is right side n by 2. So total 2t of n by 2 times we split the array. We are using divide and conquer technique, we split the array. So number of here n by 2 is the number of subparts and this is also n by 2 is the number of subparts in the right side and number of subparts in the left side. So total 2t of n by 2 plus n. So here n is the time taken by partition the algorithm to find out the partition portion. So here n is the time taken to time taken the algorithm to find the partition portion. Okay, so where the element will be the pivot element will be changed. So we have to find how much time it will take to change the pivot element to in its original position. That will we calculate it as n value. Okay, so here n is nothing but the time taken to partition the algorithm to find the pivot into particular position. So that is we take it as a n here. So 2t of t n by 2 when n is greater than 1. So just by recursive algorithm we replace n with we replace n by n equal to n by 2 in the above equation. So this is equation 1. We substitute here n equal to n by 2. So 2t of n by 4 plus n by 2. See here 2t of n by 4 plus n by 2. Okay. Now this is by n equal to n by 2 substitute here. Just replace this value in this equation. Then we have the replace n by 2 value in this equation. That is 2 of n by 2 value is this is my n equal to n by 2 value plus n. Similarly, you can represent n by next. You have to represent n by 4, n by 2. N value is just represent with n by 4. Okay, in the same manner, you have just calculated method. First, you have to put n equal to n by 2. Then you have to put n equal to n by 4. So then n by 4 value will be replaced in this algorithm. What is n by 4 here? 2t of n by 4, that is n by 8 plus n by 4. So that value is represented in this way. So we write this as 8 means 2 cube, 2t of n by 2 plus n by 4 plus already here is 1 n is there, then here is 1 n plus n. Okay, by multiplying this, so 2 cube plus tt of n by 2 power 3 plus n plus n plus n. So here n is constantly increasing. Here the both total we have 3 n's are there. Here is 3. So here is also 3. So I am taking one variable as k. So here 2 and so on. It will steps repeat with 2 power k plus t n by 2 power k plus nk. Clear? Now I want to take this value as 1. So how I represent this value is 1 means I am taking n equal to 2 power k. Then this value will represent t of 2 power k by 2 power k. I am getting this value as 1. So I want to take t of 1 equal to 1 by taking n value is 2 power k. So I am taking n equal to 2 power k. So n equal to 2 power k. N value is 2 power. I am taking n value 2 power k. Then this will become 1. Okay. So by taking log values both sides, so taking log equal to log power 2 power k. So k comes here log 2 base to 1. So total value is k equal to log n. So the complexity, the best case for the quicksort algorithm is because the best case is represented in omega of log n. So best case for the algorithm is omega of log n. Because we represent the best case in omega. So substitute in this equation, we get big O of omega of n log n. Substitute the k value in this equation. We substitute the k value in this equation. We get the n log n. Already we did in method same process. We go off and like, but this is the best case for the quicksort algorithm. No, 2 of n by 2 plus n is the formula. No, this is not the formula. This is the n by 2. Here n by, we have n elements in there. By using the pivot, we divided them by using after we find the pivot value, after swapping the pivot value, we just split the array into 2 parts, that is t of n by 2 plus t of n by 2. Left part is t of n by 2 and right part is t of n by 2. Actually we have n value and the array size is n. We divided the part into 2 subparts, n by 2 and n by 2. So t of n by 2, the time taken to partition the left array, and the time taken to partition the right array. Totally we get the 2t of n by 2. Not, this is not a formula. How much time we are taken for splitting that array, plus n is the total number, the time taken to find the partition value. In which position we have to partition that, how much time it required to partition that value that we represented in n. Okay, clear? This is not the formula. How much assumption, how much time it will take. Okay. Then we have to, by recursive relation, we have to take after n, then we get the next value taken as n by 2, then n by 4, then n by 8, then n by 16. In so manner, we get this value. Okay. Okay. For better understanding, just wait. I'm giving another example. So I'm just seeing another example. Just wait 1 minute. Okay, explain method once again. Okay, just after this completion, I will again I will again explain method once again, no problem. So this is the best case analysis of quicksort. So first we perform L means this is first element, we call it as low, and H means highest element, low less than high. If the condition true, then we have to partition the low and high by swapping the pivot element. We perform partition, then we perform quicksort on the left side and perform quicksort on the right side. In the same way, see here, this is the, I am taking 10 as my pivot value. Okay, so I am turning 10 as my pivot value, and for low value is 15 and high value is 13. See here, low value is 15. So after this partition, I am getting this position at here. So after getting this, this is my part. Actually, pivot value is 10. After performing some n comparisons, the position for the pivot value is here only. So this is like I split the array into two parts. So now the left part in this array is 2, 9, 1, and the right means one the pivot element change, the greater elements are on the right side and the lesser elements on the left side. So remaining greater elements are 15, 16, 13 are in the right side. So here I split this n into two parts, that is n by 2 and n by 2. Okay, that's why I am writing here 2t of n by 2, but partition the into. and n will the time taken to identify the partition area, means the pivot at which position it will at how much time it will take his position, that will I am representing here n. Okay, clear. So after that, see here I am taking this 2 as the pivot element. So and here in this example I am taking the first element as the pivot element. Then what is the position of this element is here. So this is the partition at some time, some particular comparisons. I swap the pivot element in its original position. Then the one is the left part and the right part is the 9. So this is the partition area. In the same manner, the actual position for the 15 is here. Then and then separate here, and so here n elements I am taken, then split these two into two parts. Here also n elements. Then these are the leaf nodes, so there are no n elements is there. So how we calculate the time complexity of the recursion tree? In this way we represent the quicksort in the same way. So here number of levels into time taken for one level. So here for time taken for one level is here n. So here the time taken for one level is n. So number of levels. So every time the level will increase. So see here. So every time we split here we given the n by 2 and n by 2, but total comparison we required here is only n. Here also we have total comparison here. So total number of levels into total into time taken for one level. So here time taken for one level is here n only. Here also time taken for one level is here n only. So number of levels. So number of levels here I split this n into n by 2. Next n by 4, that is 2 square. Next n by 8, that is 2 cube, and so on. I represent it as n by 2 power k levels. So n by 2 power k, I represent n equal to 2 power by, I am taking log both sides, log n base 2 log n. So k value is 2 log n. Okay. So here I already taken for one level is n. So number of level is log n to the base 2. Total the time complexity of this best case is theta big O of or omega, because best case is represented in omega. Worst case big O, sorry, worst case is theta. Big O is average case. So this is the best case. I represent omega of n log n. Already explained, just I am explain with this recursion tree for better understanding. So is it clear? This is the best case. Now we move to the worst case. Now we move to the worst case. Before that, someone asked about the Metsert algorithm. So Metsert also used the technique, we call it as divide and conquer method. So actually what is divide means, divide the n elements into sub problems, then find the solution to that sub problems and perform merge operation to that sub problem, and find the solution to the merge those sub problems and find the solution to the original problem. See here in Metsert, first we have to divide the given array into two parts by divide the array by 2 to split them into two parts. See here, actually this is my original array. I divide this into two subparts. Then this is my one subpart. This is my left subpart and this is my left subpart. Then again I divide this into two parts. This is my left subpart. This is my right. And this is my left subpart. And this is my right subpart. Again I divide this into again subproblem. Then this is my subproblem. This is my another subproblem. And in this way we represent this subproblem. Then you have to after splitting these subproblems into small problem, then we have to compare these subproblems with the these small problems with the next subproblems. Here this is my 18 is one array and 21 is compared. So by compare these arrays, then perform the sort operation in between them. And again I compare these two, perform sort operation in between them. These two compare, perform sorting technique here. I compare these two and perform sorting technique here. Then I perform sorting technique in these two. Then arrange these two in order and perform comparison. Perform comparison these two and store the elements in ascending order. Now we perform merge between these two arrays. Okay, after we perform divide the array in two subparts, then sort left array separately and sort right array separately and store the left array in ascending order and store the right array in ascending order. Then you have to perform the merge operation. So this is the actual algorithm. If the array size is less than 1, directly you can give the data in increasing order only. So if the elements is not in greater than 1, then list the left part, then list the right part by 2. Then you have to perform sort element, then perform sort operation on left array and perform sorting technique on right array. Then you have to perform merge, return new array. Okay, so this is the algorithm for the merge sort. So in this way we divide then we after sorting perform sorting techniques in these two, then you have to perform merge operation. So how we merge the operation? This is also same algorithm. So first the merge operation will perform like this. Just put the last element in the left array is infinity and the right array is infinity. Just you compare first element of L value with R of first value. So this is I, this is J. So compare I and J, which element is less than element, that element will be stored in the another temporary array. The one is stored here. So I value is not incremented by 1. This is K. So here J value is stored here. Then this element is empty. Then we increment J by 1. So J comes here. We store K here only. In K we in array A we will store the element 1. Then we increment K by 1. So the K comes here. Then compare the I value and J value. So I value less than, so just store here I value. Then increment I by 1. Then again we increment K by 1 because 6 is stored here. Then compare I with J. So I value is less than J. So I value is stored here. Then I is incremented by 1. Then K is incremented by 1. Then J is compared with I. So J value is less than I. So J value is stored here. J is incremented by 1. J comes here. In the same way, we have to store the data in the array. Finally, these elements are in increasing order. In this way, you have to perform the merge operation for the merge sort. So just see here. If the I value is less than J, then store that element in the K. If the j value is less than I, then join that value into k, then increment I and k by 1. Okay. Next, time complexity for the med sort. Okay. So see here in this we have to actually what is T of n by 2 here. We have the n elements are there. The time taken for the T of n elements is time taken to split the left is T of n by 2 and time taken to split the right array is T of n by 2 or time taken to sort the left elements is T of n by 2 and the time taken to sort the right elements is T of n by 2. Okay, here this is not the formula. We split the array into two parts n by 2 n by 2. The time taken for the sort the left array is T of n by 2 and time taken to sort the right array is T of n by 2 and time taken to merge these two arrays. This is sort array. Here is the left part and B is the right part. So this is one sorted array. This is another sorted array. So the time taken to sort these two and store in another variable that is represented as n. So see here 2t of n by 2 plus n. By substitute n value by recursive relation, we have to move by using recursive technique. We substitute recursively the next value of the n. So n value is now I am taking here n t of n, then substitute n equal to n by 2. So instead of n we replace n by 2. So we are getting this equation. So substitute n by 2 value in this equation, we get here like in this way. Okay, substitute this n by 2 value in equation 1. So 2 t of t n by 2, then here see here n plus n, 2 to cancel. So here 2n, 2 into 2, 2 square. Now substitute n after n by 2, then we substitute recursive relation n by 4. So n by 4 value, replace this n by 4 value in this equation, we get here 2 cube. Okay, n by 2 cube plus 3n. Next n by 8 we get this and so on. Here these values are repeated continuously. Constant values are there. So I am taking this value as k or I in this exam taking here. So 2 power 8 t of t2 by plus I n. I am getting this t of 1 equal to I am getting this value is 1. Just replace n with 2 power I, then 2 power I by 1, the t of 1 equal to 1. So I am taking n equal to 2 power I. I am taking log on both sides. I am getting I value as log n to base 2. So substitute this value in this equation. You get the value is here we get the value is n. T of 1 is 1. I am taking t of 1 equal to 1 plus we get here n log base 2. So we are getting the value t of n equal to n plus n log n base 2. In the highest one is n log n. So the complexity of the method is big O of n log n. Clear? Okay, tomorrow we will discuss about what is the worst case complexity of the quicksort and what are the binary set tree. What is binary set? We can discuss in tomorrow class. So far, any doubt, please write a message. My set is clear. Okay. Okay, today we end the session. Tomorrow we will meet. Thank you. Just any queries, write a message in chat box. Okay, thank you.